Have you ever wanted to create your own video game but felt intimidated by the process? Well, that's exactly where I found myself not too long ago. With absolutely no prior experience in game development, I decided to take the plunge and try to create something from scratch using the Godot engine. Spoiler alert, it wasn't easy and the result may not be the most visually appealing game out there. But the lessons I learned along the way were invaluable. So let's start making my first game in Godot with absolutely zero experience. So this is the final look of the game that I made. It might not be visually appealing, but it's a necessary starting point. I'm proud of it. This is probably the most realistic outcome you can achieve as a first-time programmer. Because when you look at some other videos where people make games without experience, they often turn out great. Sometimes I wonder if they truly have no experience or if they have a little experience beforehand, or they are just really smart, or am I the one who's dumb? So how can I make this game and how many days and hours did it take? Without any experience, creating a game like this take a while. I needed 10 days, averaging about 1-2 hours of daily learning. You could finish it faster if you dedicate more hours, but I avoided burnout, so I didn't force myself. So what did I learn during those 10 days until I could make these ugly games? First, let's make the player in the shape of a UFO, but I changed it to a chicken head, like this. Chicken head. Cute, right? So, then we'll add a collider so it can interact with the mesh walls. After that, we'll implement player movement. The movement can be controlled using the arrow keys or WASD using the input system. Next, we'll design the mesh and add start and point labels. That's it! It might sound easy, right? But believe me, for us as a beginners, this is something new and quite challenging. I spent countless hours diving into tutorials and reading documentations. Sometimes I copied functions and occasionally peeked at my lecture notes. After numerous learning rounds, I finally had something resembling a playable game. And let me tell you, seeing my creation come to life on the screen was one of the most rewarding feelings in the world. But then, I decided to rebuild the game from scratch to train my memory without relying on tutorials, so I can get a deep understanding. So what's the moral of the story? It's simple. You don't need to be an expert to start creating. All it takes is a little bit of patience, determination, and a willingness to embrace the learning process. And there you have it, folks! My journey of making an ugly game in Godot with absolutely zero experience. It may not be perfect, but it's mine and I couldn't be prouder. So, thanks for joining me in this adventure, and remember, the only way to improve is to start somewhere. So, why not start today? Bye bye!